Come on pile in, man. We about to get started real soon, man. It's gonna be a real good one. We got a real good, good, good episode coming. Good. Just wait for some folk to show up and show out.
Feeling this one, man. Fearfully and wonderfully made.
It ain't what you think it is, but it is what you think it is. Put this thing on a loopy loop.
Welcome to Degrees of Separation, a podcast where we journey to learn how we are connected and who we are connected to.
It gives us at least a glimpse of how connected we all are.
From entrepreneurs and small business owners to difference makers and thought leaders throughout our communities. This is Degrees of Separation with Joshua Peacock and Daryl DJ Sales.
What it is, what it do, man. We back up in this thing one more time, man. It's your host, Elder Joshua Peacock.
And Daryl DJ Sales.
Oh, man. We got a good one. We got another good one, man. And as you can see from the title, we're talking about being fearfully and wonderfully made. In the book of Psalm 139, verse 14, it says that I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous. I say marvelous. Marvelous. are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. But for real though, I praise thee for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That is a very popular scripture.
Facts.
If you in the
People
church,
name
you
drop
know
that
that.
thing all the time.
Who that?
I say people name drop it, man. They drop that scripture all the time, man.
Yeah, they do, man. But hey, man, that's a fact though. That's a fact. The fact of the matter is that every human being is fearfully and wonderfully made. What does that mean? What does that mean, DJ?
Well, we're gonna go ahead and hit it one more again. It says fearfully and wonderfully made. We're gonna hit a couple of the surrounding scriptures too, if you
All
don't
right,
mind.
all right.
So 13 says, "For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb." And I love because after the 14th, it really gets into it for me at least. But on the
Mm-hmm.
14th, it says, "I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well." And the 15th verse, "My substance," oh, I like that. "My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret and
Mm-hmm.
curiously wrought in the lower parts of the earth." So, just even just from those scriptures, just taking that, um, God took His time with us. He took His time, not just with the body of man, but the laws that will govern the body of man, the laws that would govern all of reality that man would be incarnated in. Even down to the substance that we were made of. The dust, the clay, and you know, um, we us saying that God is omniscient, him knowing that, hey, after I blow my breath into this creature, or this being, they become an individual. They progress with their own sentience or their own train of thought. They would have free will. God took all of this in the context while He was making us, even
Right,
down to the point where He said, "Hey, Adam, Eve, be fruitful and multiply. I gave y'all this ability, this power. Go ahead and do it." You know, it's pretty dope. It's like, when God, not only when God made man, he literally, made the laws that would govern us to a certain extent. Like the earthly laws, gravity, entropy, thermodynamics, the laws of thermo. All of these things are governing our body, and not just our body, but reality.
right. Man, what hits, man, is that 16 verse 16, man.
Yep.
Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them.
Man,
How
man,
precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. How great is the sum of them. Yeah, go ahead.
man, that right there just speaks to irreducible complexity. When as yet there was none of them, in my opinion, because
Man,
because
we're ready to get into it, man.
not and the reason why is because that's a big point of contention. Evolution, or how the body, or not just the body, how all types of evolution, cosmic evolution, biological evolution, all of, like, just, but specifically, like, how did the human mankind, how did we evolve? And it's like,
Right,
for me, the Darwinian, I guess, theory, you know concerning like macroevolution, meaning the species actually changing into another species. Like, I don't give credence to it. I don't give
right,
credence that, it's like, for the human body to have evolved, which came first, the mouth, then the stomach. It's
Right, right, right,
like if or it's like the knee come before the shin, and then that come before the foot. It's like they all work together. Like and this is just me being very like I'm very out of touch with what it takes to operate a body, like what it takes to operate just the toes, like the pinky
right,
toe. It is a lot going on within that one function. And for those things to have evolved over time, it's like, man, we have to understand that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And I believe that all of those things came into existence at once.
right. And that word fearfully, that is a word to bring about reverence. And
Yeah.
so every human being should be handled and dealt with reverence. We should revere each other
Yes.
because how we were fashioned, how we were formed. You know, what I mean, no one is a throwaway. You know, no one is a
Yeah.
throwaway, and we shouldn't treat each other as throwaways and dismissive as of one another because we are fearfully, which means to have reverence, and wonderfully made. Wonderfully is to have there's a marvelousness about you. There is a something that sets you apart that
Yeah.
distinguishes you from every other being. So there's a wonder about you. It's like, man, how is how is he able to do that? How is he able to
Yeah.
think like that? How is he able to have these thoughts and articulate them in the fashion that he does? Because that's the wonderful part about you. You know, God made each and every one of us in a wonderful way. Man, this thing a preach right here, man. I'm about to take this to the
You
pulpit
say
in the
this
morning.
thing is free. Will it
I'm
do?
at Yeah, but I'm about to take this thing to the pulpit in the morning, man. But but there's a speciality thing about you. There's a wonderful thing about each and every one of us. It's not just one thing, and there are also common wonders about us. You know, there's common wonders about the human being. And with that being said, man, let's jump into uh, further the discussion with
Yeah.
fearfully and wonderfully made. We always got to set it up with the Word of God because that's our foundation. That's the
Yeah.
foundation degrees of separation. I know
Yes.
we talk about business and all that other stuff, but the foundation is uh, the Word of God.
Yes. It's our paradigm. It's our worldview.
Yes, yes. What is? Oh, let me go first, man, because you come with some heavy hitters. Yeah, let me get my little itty bitty facts out of the way. But with me and my, just having a newborn child, my daughter, she just hit 2 months. She'll be 2 months in a week. 9 weeks, as other people would say. She'll be 9 weeks tomorrow. No, 2 days.
Okay.
So, and with that
Strong.
being, yeah, man,
Don't
that
need no
girl.
formula.
Hey, we don't do formula. All my children was
Hey, I love
breastfed,
it. I
and
love it.
you know, that girl, man, she looked like a 4 month old right now, man. That girl big, dude. She is huge, man. I call her my bowling ball baby. Yeah, man.
Hey
So,
man, shout out to Miss Veronica, man. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down.
man, I appreciate it, man. And with that being said, man, we got some facts here about the woman and her how she produces breast milk. First and foremost, breastfeeding burns about 500 to 600 calories a day, bro. Um, so and I think they equate it to walking 7 miles a day.
Breastfeeding?
Yes.
Man, you want to know something? I think that even for the baby, it could be a little, I mean, I'm not saying laborious as in like lifting weights, but it could be a bit laboring because I remember my daughter, in the beginning when she had the heart defect,
Mm.
like Ebony actually found it because the baby didn't want to latch on. Like the baby would drink and let go and be
Mm.
like, And she was like, "Wait, what?" You know, like babies usually.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the energy demand on the body from breastfeeding is equivalent to doing high impact aerobics for over an hour, or like running 6 or 7 miles in a day.
What?
Yes.
But dudes need to hear this, bro, so that they could be a little more like graceful to their wife, man.
Hey, bro, I think me and my wife we had a little spat because of this fact, and I was watching, and the reason I found out about it was because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Or my wife mentioned it or something, and she was listening to a TikTok, and a woman was explaining. I say 7 miles a day. I say, man, I don't believe. I say, man, I don't believe that, man. Nah, ain't no way. Nah, no, that can't be fact. And she's like, "What you mean?" I was like, I just don't believe it. I said 7. I say, you know what you do? Get out there and go walk or run 7 miles, and come back and tell me if it's equivalent to breastfeeding. Then. And she was like, you don't understand. You ain't got no, you ain't breastfeeding. How would you know? And then I looked it up, and I ain't say nothing else. I ain't even tell her. I ain't even tell her I looked it up. I couldn't give her that win, bro. But
Yeah.
that amazed me. That amazed me so much to find out that to breastfeed it's equivalent to walking 6 to 7 miles a day
That's
or
crazy.
doing high impact aerobics for an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's mind boggling. And yet God made it to where they can handle that thing, man. That they can do that. So that's a big, fearfully and wonderfully made fact
And,
right there.
and see, I love the fact that even now you're pointing out like the 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 predictive design, like that God had to have foresight. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? To say like it blows me away that someone, I mean, he's omniscient, so but someone, it blows me away that someone, that a person, when we say person, not a body, but a person, and an entity, if you would, could think so far ahead to be like, they'll eventually need this. It's like, but even as human beings, we can do that. But in my opinion, I think that God thought like so far ahead, like even to the point of, well, if, like, for instance, the Messiah has to come. Yeah, the Messiah does have to come. Okay, if I am going to inhabit the body of a human being, my blood can't mix with the blood of the mother. So the blood and the baby, and the mom don't mix. And it's
Right.
like, man,
Right.
God, he had to beat that, to like put that little mechanism in there to say, nah, it's not, they're not, the baby and the mother, the mom and the baby are not gonna pass blood. It's
That's
crazy.
that, which is crazy, right?
That's
It's
crazy.
like this thing is inside of you. This human being is inside of you, but
Hmm.
you still don't swap blood. Because I know my wife has, it's called a Rogam shot, and if the blood types don't match, they have to take the shot, because if they don't take that shot,
It's
the body
dangerous.
will attack that child. It's a foreign object, and kill the child. So they have to take
Yep.
a shot. And that's crazy. And also another breastfeeding fact is that everything that the child needs is in the breast milk. The breast milk dictates the health of the child. If the child has an eye infection or something in his eye, you know what you do? You take some breast milk and you squeeze some breast milk in the eye of the child.
Man, come on, Peacock. Now we just giving the women too much. Nah, I'm messing.
Yeah, and it's everything. It produces
Yeah,
health properties that will that will heal the child, and get
fact.
rid of the sickness of the child and all that stuff. And the if the and this is how the breast milk or the body dictates this. If the baby's sucking from the breast of the mother, the the sickness, I don't know how to word it, or the bacteria or whatever, it goes into the mother's system, and then the breast milk will change
Oh, it produces
According, what's that? The
what?
antibodies, yes.
Wow,
The breast milk will change according to the state of the child.
it's crazy.
Yes, yes. It's crazy, right?
And man,
Um,
it puts a new term to many breasted one or El Shaddai.
Break that down.
Many breasted one, El Shaddai, meaning the God of more than enough.
Yes,
But
sir.
it could mean the God of the God of provision of all that you need,
Yes,
healing,
sir.
prosperity, peace, anything. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Look, breast milk has also been known to be effective in healing eye infection and ear infection, as well as helping cuts and burns to heal more quickly. Some mothers even use breast milk to provide sore, cracked nipples relief and faster healing. Breast milk is truly a miracle liquid with many uses. It's 1 to 5 million white blood cells per milliliter. Um, they call it liquid gold, of course. Higher concentration of lysozymes. That's a hard word to say. Um, Also, where is it? What was I looking for? Also, this is I lost it. Oh yeah, what triggers breast milk? Once your baby or placenta are delivered, a sudden drop in your estrogen and pro progesterone uh, causes the hormone prolactin to take over. Prolactin is the hormone that produces milk. You'll notice your milk production increases dramatically at this stage. It's often referred to as milk coming in. So once that placenta and the baby
Whoa.
is delivered, then um, it triggers the body to start um, producing milk. First is colostrum, and after like a few
Yeah,
weeks or so, it
because
changes.
the colostrum is like the pre. It comes,
Yeah, yeah,
prior
but
to.
yeah, but that breast milk will change according to the health of the baby, which is crazy. See what you're saying? This, and I've gotten as my children have gotten as I've had more and more children. I used to be reluctant to care for the child as much in their infant stages. You know what I mean? But as they grew, I would draw closer to them and spend more time with them. But now,
Yeah, fact.
as I've got, because I felt like they were so, they're so fragile. I didn't know how to deal with them and how to, you know what I mean. But as I had more and more children, I started to get more comfortable. But that everything that child needs is within that mother, man.
Facts.
And I know a lot of people have been, every mother can't breastfeed. The baby doesn't latch on and other complications and things. But breast milk is, you know, proven to the children have better. I don't want to say better education, but they're able to
Better quality of life.
learn better quality of life, better uh, understanding abilities, and it just helps you out in the long run.
Mhm.
But
Um,
go ahead.
and it's crazy because somebody had shared a post with me concerning the dangers of formula, and I like you were saying, I understand that certain ways of life and life choices could prohibit people from breastfeeding, but man, when I realized, the dangers of formula, like even metals being inside of the formula, and to the point where they kind of misinformed us by saying, hey, give the baby regular milk, unless they're if you're giving them breast milk, give the baby regular milk also, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah, and that's because of the vitamin D. We want them to have strong bones, and it's like nobody told them that. Well, you can still breastfeed the child, but the vitamin D could be absorbed from the sun, and it's options, it's different
Right,
methods.
right.
But anyway, the video that I watched, they were basically paying doctors to say that formula was more beneficial than breast milk. And I'm like, bro, this thing, it can't be. Like, how we gonna put our like, how we gonna put our product up against God's and say, well, actually, it's better. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That is crazy. And we fell for a hook, line, and sinker because just look back when we was in school, bro. Milk does a body good,
Uh-huh.
and we drinking from all these different animals milk. What
Mm-hmm.
was the most shunned milk when you was a kid, when you was growing up?
I say goat milk.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everybody used to talk about goat milk, man.
Yeah, goat milk, boy. Don't you try to give me no goat milk, man. Because we was conditioned to take the milk from the cow.
Facts. And the milk from cow be having pus and all type of stuff. And it's people who drink it straight, but they have no clue. It's like, man, that's why it was a majority of human beings that actually ingest cow milk. Majority of them. I don't know the actual stat, but from me reading it, it was more than 50. But like majority of adults, as they progress, they eventually become lactose, intolerant. And it's like, bro, that's our body's way of saying, dude, stop drinking it. Like, stop.
Yep, yep. I actually man started drinking oat milk, oat milk from for a while now, man, because it was so bad. Well, you eat cereal, man. You eat 2, 3 bowls of cereal, and boy, you bloated, gassy, you stinking up everything. You got to go sleep on the couch because you blowing up the room, and what I mean, just didn't agree with you, and that's why I don't understand how people can continue to go back to the same thing that like I can't go back to drinking because I know what I'm gonna feel like when I'm done drinking. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I can't go back to cow's milk because I know what I'm going to feel like once I'm done drinking this cow's milk. And a lot of professional athletes, not a lot, but there have been professional athletes that drink breast milk. Yeah. Excuse me. I remember, I forgot who it was, but it was a Cribs episode. It might have been a football player or a boxer, and they had the refrigerator door full of breast milk. I think it was
Yeah.
their wife's breast milk that they stored up for themselves.
And see what's crazy is when it's frozen, I think it get up to what is it? You can get up to 3 months with it. 3 months if it's
It's a
frozen.
while. It's a while because I know my wife when she pumps and stuff. She has it stored up and then she has
Yeah.
to pull it by date and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She puts
Yeah.
she writes the date on it.
I think you get about 3. You get about 3 months from what I heard when it's
Yeah.
frozen. But I don't know, man. It's right because see, as of now, like you said, we've been conditioned, man, and I, I don't know if a lot of people get past the change in taste, man.
Well, that's why I eat. That's why I drink oat milk. You
Yeah.
know, it's it's not milk, but it's delicious, bro, and it's a lot lighter. You can see the consistency of it.
Yeah.
It's light. It's not as thick, and but it tastes good
You
to me,
don't do
man.
almond milk? I do almond milk, man. That
Yeah,
almond
yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
silk.
Almond milk.
Yeah,
No,
that's silk.
I stay away from the silk milk because it's soy, and soy, it's a lot of estrogen in soy milk.
Am I mixing it up? Oh, I'm thinking of
Almond milk.
almond breeze. Almond breeze. That's the
Yeah,
name.
that's the brand. So that's pretty much oat milk. I drink almond milk,
Yeah.
the almond milk and the oat milk, whatever.
And,
I believe
and
that's the same thing.
and see, but see, by us, even by us describing these certain things, We're describing like, there's stop signs, if you would, or there's things that are set in place that our body is telling us, like, hey, don't go past these things, and hey, don't look, don't continue in this way, because in all honesty, I mean, just being honest with you, the Bible may not speak exclusively on the spiritual connection that we have with earth and with the food, you feel me? But there's a spiritual connection that we have with the food that we eat, and
Right.
it comes from the earth. There's a spiritual connection that we have with earth because we come from the earth. That's why we have to go. That's why the body that we inhabit, it has to go back into it. You know what I'm saying? And even down to things like you mentioned, drinking, your a natural defense system, to your body's getting drunk. A natural defense system is to throw up. Like, it's an intoxin, it's a toxin that, that's going inside your body, even down to the spiritual portion.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look if you look at the name of alcohol, you know
Spirits.
exactly, spirits, booze, and but alcohol is akin to an Arab term, of a virtue eating demon, al ghul.
Mm.
It's like, man, minus, like I said, minus the spiritual portion. Your body's even telling you, like, hey, look, lactose, we're not meant to be ingesting these things. This milk wasn't formulated for us, you
Right.
know and likewise, alcohol and things of that nature.
Right. Almond milk and oat milk is different. I drink the almond milk, but I know oat milk is another alternative as well. When we come back from this quick break from our sponsor, we'll continue the conversation. We'll be right back.
Degrees of separation connecting you to the source.
If you want to represent your faith with your fashion, go to gospelgains.com. If you want to show your salvation on your sleeve, gospelgains.com. GOSPELGAINS. Type in the word degrees at checkout. You'll get a 15% discount on your entire purchase.
What it do, man? We back, man. Elder Joshua Peacock, your host. We got Daryl DJ Sales, man. Hey, hit us up with some more fearfully and wonderfully made information about the human and the creation of the human being.
So I want to mention that the human body, we are all of reality is governed by, a couple of laws, and this is one of my favorite topics, that law being the second law of thermodynamics and entropy, meaning everything. So that law basically, and I'm like I said, I'm not a physicist, I'm not an astrophysicist, I'm not well any of those things, but that law basically is stating that everything is like going to like chaos. It's I can bring it up for you specifically because I like the way that it's said or it's spoken or it's worded, the verbiage of it.
Okay.
And this is it right here. It's entropy. Entropy, the lack of order or predictability, and the gradual decline into disorder. So everything is ordered, even the human body. The human body has it's ordered. There's we are pretty much like a computer, and
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because this thing was kind of like throwing scientists off because they were like, quantum computers right now, they have to be negative 200 degrees Celsius in order to compute, because like that I guess, the transistors and stuff heating up, so they have to compute at negative 200. It's at least negative 230. I think it's negative 230 or 230. 213 degrees Celsius. So it's like, but the human body, we operate at 98 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
but yet and still we're pretty much a
I used to
quantum.
love that band, bro, back in the day.
What?
That's
98 degrees? Nah,
I'm messing with you. That's messing with you.
quit playing. No, that's but but they we're operating. The human body is operating at 98 degrees, and it's like we're pretty much like if we're not a quantum computer, we're better. But there's order within us, like it's order placed within us. It's though we know that the human body is degrading. As soon as we're born, it's a steady decline into disorder. Even all the reality points to that. Eventually, the house we're in is going to have to be changed and revamped. Eventually, the lights that we use, they're gonna blow. They're gonna slowly fade and fizzle out. Everything, the sun, there is nothing in existence that is getting better. It's all eventually going to have to be upgraded, replaced, everything. So that could possibly be called planned obsolescence, because God, like we said, God is omniscient, He's omniscient, and He's all knowing.
Mhm.
So there's a level, and sometimes I look at it like this, but there's a level of God, not even a level, like God foreknew this. It's going to happen,
Right.
but He also planned for that. We're supposed to be receiving a new body, a glorified body it might not partake in the laws of entropy. Those laws might be rewritten. We don't know.
So you're saying that the body is being broken down and
Yes,
everything else around us is
everything.
being
It's a law that exists on a subatomic level, regardless of us claiming, hey, we're evolving. We're right now, we plan on making the next step into human evolution, which some people might call transhumanism. Because what's happening, I guess, or what could be possibly happening is the natural barriers that we had, they're being removed.
all right. So I have something to run by you then. It said more or every second our body produces 25 million new cells. That means in 15 seconds, we will have produced more cells than there are people in the United States.
Hmm.
So if we're producing 25 million new cells every single second,
Hmm.
how's it being broken down?
So eventually, like when you look at the skin of a baby, the baby skin is so soft.
Soft and smooth, boy. I love kissing on my baby.
They so cute. They cheeks so plump. But
Yeah.
then when you feel an older person's skin wrinkled, the skin don't snap back how baby skin snap back. If somebody in the prime of their life, LeBron James, if he was to get injured at the prime of his career, the snapback is
Hmm.
But now you go to somebody who's 60 years old, the snapback isn't as quick, skin is just wrinkly, and what's happening is that process has degraded. Eventually their body is going to cease to do it. And truthfully speaking, can we give a reason why? People just say, man, people grow old, time. But why? It's like like why does the process slow down? Like why do people get old? Oh, it's time. All time explains is a certain period that has transpired from A to B or from whatever. But why does that cause things to go into disorder or go into chaos?
Right.
And being fearfully and wonderfully made, God created order. But then, let me, I don't want to go too much into
Man,
theology.
come on, let's go, man. Let's go.
God, God created order, but then there's another law working against us that's creating disorder.
The law of sin.
Yes, 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 absolutely right.
Romans 7.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It-
why? We really can't. What is it? Is it just the cells getting tired, or like what is it exactly?
that's an interesting question, man, because if the cells are still being produced, which they are, even into our elderly years, how come they're not producing to the point that the vigor and the vibrance of the body is not as it once was, even though
Exactly.
are those cells being, are they different cells that's being produced?
And my like I said, I hinge it on the word of God being or coming to pass. Sin and death. I'm quite sure that when Adam was living and them boys was hitting, the 900s, they probably as every year passed, 600, it ain't gonna happen. 700, it ain't gonna happen. But I'm quite sure they experienced a phenomena that they never seen before. Like, man, this man getting wrinkly. Like, what? Your hair is white. What's going on? I don't know. I just woke up and, like they're experiencing this, and it's the first time, and they like,
Right.
you know, your hip hurt. What? You felt so, like it's something that they're like, well, hold on, wait a minute now. What's going on?
Yeah.
It's something. It's God's word, or judgment coming to pass, brought by the agent of Satan.
You know, I've never, all these years, bro, I've never looked at them aging and the first person to die without being killed, which is being dying from, quote, natural causes, unquote, you know, how that affected them, how that affected their
Exactly.
psyche.
Exactly. What was their rationale? What did they did? I'm quite sure they weren't like, yep, it's a heart attack. No, they were like, holy cow, this thing that God says is gonna come, it's right. Adam told us, and now everybody, wow, we all have to face this thing. It's like just traveling down, and then just imagine, just when we say fearfully and wonderfully made, I want it to, I want it to be like even before the body was here. I want people to think even before the body was here, like we were all just thoughts, just thoughts, like how, Peacock, we want to start the podcast, just a thought, you know,
Right.
but our finite knowledge was like, yeah, we're gonna get this and that and that. We couldn't think far enough ahead, but God just thinking far enough ahead. Like, yeah, I see that they're gonna sin, and then this law is gonna come into effect, and it's gonna trickle down. It's like, man, it's crazy.
Right. Right. And to, Second Corinthians chapter 5:1, it says, "For we know
Yes,
that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were
yes,
dissolved, we have a building of God and a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens." That first part is saying, look, this the earthly body it's gonna be torn down, it's gonna be knocked
yes.
down. So, what is this thing called again? The whole concept.
Oh, you say what, the law of entropy, the second law of thermodynamics and entropy?
Yes. Okay. So that's pretty much what that's saying. That everything is. How did you how do you find these things?
Huh? Oh no,
How
it's
do,
just it's just honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It's like I listen to apologists, and I be like, man, they mentioned something. Let me go and look this. Let me go and look this thing up. And I look, and it's Newton. You know, I'm like, oh, I love Newton. You know, I like Newton more than the one who came after him, Einstein. I like
Yeah.
it because you know a lot of people be like, oh, after Einstein, oh, they just threw Newton away. Like, nah, Newton, he made the way for Einstein, but after Einstein came up with relativity, they kind of just like threw Newton away. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I just look at like apologists and I'm like, man, that thing's dope, you know, that he said. But it was I was speaking to someone, it might be a little off topic, but I was speaking to someone about the new heaven and the new earth, and God literally having to rewrite reality because
You
of
was talking. We was talking to me. We was
that
talking.
was you, okay.
This. Yeah.
God having to literally rewrite reality because of the laws that he had put in place. But it's not really him breaking his own word because he said it would happen. He said it in the book of Peter. Second Peter, what is it, the third chapter, I want to say?
I believe that's what we were here.
Yeah. He said, you know, the elements will be burned away with fervent heat. The heavens will melt away. That's him rewriting reality for our new bodies to inhabit, which will, you know, the book doesn't really cover that portion, if I'm honest. But you know,
But
it could,
it would just cover it in 2 Corinthians 5.
yes, but it could be new laws that you know that our bodies are governed by. Who says that if, in my opinion, if we're gonna spend an eternity with God, the book ends at Revelation, but there has to be a new book. Because
It
no,
doesn't end with Revelation.
huh?
Revelation doesn't end there. There's no ending in Revelation. All right, I know you're looking at me crazy. There's no ending because it tells you what we're going to be doing for the eternity, for the continuation. It doesn't just. I understand that the word is finished. The book is finished, but the story isn't done. Is what I'm saying. The story continues with
I
us
get
living with
that.
Him in eternity. And that's what I mean by it's not finished. It's not that. It's not the okay. All right, we're done. There's a continuation of life in the
Of
book of
course,
Revelations. So
of
that's
course.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I get you now. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
that's
you.
what I mean. So it's but it literally. Yeah, that's why you got to have the whole of the book. Where it talks about in Second Peter. If you go and continue to read 2 Corinthians 5, it's going to tell you. It's telling you what's going to happen to us and the bodies that we'll be in, and so on and so forth. And,
And see, that's
you know,
part of the reason why Jesus had to be the firstborn of the dead, of the living and the dead, because he was preeminent in all things. You know,
yes, sir.
he had to be the first. You know, now that's why he told Philip, hey, you know, touch my hand. I'm not a spirit. I'm a glorified body. Was his body was his body still subject to these same laws?
No, sir. Let's go walk through some walls and stuff like that. But he can still eat, still drunk.
But did he hunger? Did he starve? Would he have starved? Or was he
I don't
like
listen.
Adam and Eve in the beginning? Eating just to enjoy the taste of the food.
Hmm.
Fearfully and wonderfully made.
that's and when you're talking about the the law of sin,
Yeah.
that literally voided the wonder of the body. Not totally, but it voided some of the wonders that we received in
Yes.
our creation.
Yes.
Because before we live forever.
I
Sin
get,
comes,
Yep.
it started, it voided that contract of forever life. Now,
Yep.
and thank God he didn't let us live forever in sin. That was actually it was a punishment, but it was, God corrects us. He doesn't beat us. He doesn't, he corrects us. And he loves us so much that he will not allow us to live forever in sin.
Yes. And see,
Because,
to me, wouldn't that kind of be like what he let Satan do? Because I mean, there's no, and I mean, I get why. You have everything. You have, there's no shred of doubt in the enemy's mind that God is real. That, you know what I'm saying. He doesn't have to deal with a lot of the things that humans have to deal with.
right,
For you to not yield, it's like, come on. It's like, yeah, you eternally, like, you stuck in sin. You can't die and you in sin. Like, yeah.
right, yeah, that's miserable. That's miserable. To have to be stuck in this state,
Yes.
and that's something to think about. Dying outside of God, you're stuck in a state of misery.
Yep.
Because anybody that sins and has the Holy Ghost, you're miserable in that sin. While you're doing it, it may feel good. It may, but after you're done, it's a miserable experience.
It is. It is.
Man, I know you had something else, man. Let's tackle that. We had another one.
What was it? It was irreducible complexity, a law of thermodynamics, and entropy. Um, I don't think I had anything else. Yeah, I don't think I had anything else. Yeah.
Okay, man. I mean, this is a good conversation, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's decent now.
Yeah, I like this, man. I like this. I love our conversation, bro. And I wanted to shout you out and tell you, man, appreciate you for the conversation and so on and so forth. Last week when we was talking, man, uh, that conversation truly blessed me, man. And it was like it blew my mind, the revelation that God gave you, and I appreciate you
Oh,
sharing it with me.
and it's crazy because I actually found information on that revelation, but the adverse of it, how the enemy is trying to do it. So, Pete, this hive mind technology,
Mhm.
hive mind technology. The precursor. I gotta put the professor glasses. No, that's
Come
it.
on.
But the precursor of it, in my opinion, it would look like um, Elon Musk's Neuralink. Because what could possibly happen with Neuralink, And I'll be honest with you, everybody says that Elon Musk is optimistic. Of course he is. He's very optimistic. I believe that him saying, hey, we won't need language after Neuralink is functioning for 10 years, I think that's a bit optimistic. It's like, come on, bro, really? And how that would be accomplished though is basically everybody who's on that network to a certain extent, that link, they will be able to share what they're thinking to a certain, let's say, to a certain extent, like if you agree to, like, quote unquote cookies, you guys could kind of share that among each other. So, and not only that, let's say if me and you are having a discussion right now, we both have Neuralink, and I say, Peacock, I know exactly what the dude look like, but I can't tell you. I could share that thought with you, and you could say, "Oh, I know," but I can't. You get what I'm saying? My
Right.
words are no longer a barrier. So with that comes hive mind technology, meaning it's crazy now, but meaning we all share almost the same will.
I got you. I got you.
We're only capable of doing what's best for mankind, the better good. It's pretty creepy. I'm gonna share the video with you. But I'm saying that to say this: when I saw that, and I saw that after we had this discussion, but when I saw that, I realized that the revelation didn't seem too far fetched, because what God does desire is to have us all of one mind, on one accord. It happened in the book of Genesis 11. It happened in the book of Acts. Everybody was on one accord. Everybody was praying in one mind, and the Holy Spirit dropped and fell. And God wants us all to be connected by what? One spirit, by one mentality, with one mind, the mind of Christ. What does that
Yes, sir.
sound like? That could sound like hive mindedness, or it could sound like what do they call it? They call it community consciousness, where we're all of one mind. God wants us to be under one spirit, one body, one baptism,
One
and
faith.
one faith. And this is why I tell people, when you make that decision to align with the enemy, Christ comes back. You've made that decision. Y'all are of one mind, one baptism, one. Y'all have been placed into that category. Now y'all will receive the reward of that. Likewise, those who decided good, who decided holiness, who decided righteousness.
Yes, sir. We might have to do a episode on it, man, because I tell you, like I was saying before, it really blessed me, man. And I've told you this privately, and I'm gonna tell it to you publicly, man. Um, I appreciate you, man. I
Yes,
truly, truly do appreciate you. Um, you know, lending, your time, your talent, your treasure to, a vision of mine. I thank you for being a friend, man. I thank you for just being you, man, and allowing me to be a part of that. Sharing yourself with me, man, to the point, we have dynamic conversation when we uplift one another, man, and I leave our conversations very often, man, saying, man, you know, just feeling blessed and
yeah.
feeling appreciating what you bring to the table, man. And like I said publicly, man. Appreciate you, man. Love you, love everything that you bring, man. And yeah. Thank you for being a friend.
Not the yeah. Hey man, all glory goes to God, man. I definitely bless God for you, man. I'm glad that we connected, man. That thing, I'm glad that our degree of separation, it went from like 2 to 0. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Yeah. And man, yeah, man. Even the whole vision, everything, man. God definitely, place desirable qualities in you, man. I look at you, I'm like, man, that dude making stuff just work, boy. Just man, let's go ahead and do it. Let's stop talking, let's do it, And that go get 'em quality, that go get 'em mentality, man. I thank God for you, and everything that God has placed in you, man.
To God be the glory. I almost forgot, bro.
What's up?
Today is our second anniversary.
2 years?
2 years, man. Degrees of separation, man. 2 years. I thought we started in 2019, but that was something that was my clothing line, I think. But 2 years,
Started in
bro.
20?
I thought we started in 19, man, for some reason. But it's 2020.
Wow.
It was before I knew it was. We must have been getting everything together before the pandemic, man. Because I
Yeah.
thought we started before the pandemic, but we must have been getting everything
Man, it felt
together.
like we started before the pandemic, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Cause I don't remember Wilson putting no I don't remember Wilson putting no stipulations on us going into that place.
No, man.
It was wide open, almost. I want to say.
The reason I know this was because I got the Facebook, how you do it, memories and stuff like that. I saw we recorded a video talking about, look, our first episode was June 9th, 2020, bro.
That's wow.
Yeah. June 9th, 2020. So but this is the 2 year. This is the 2 years, bro. Time flying, man. Hey,
Yes.
they said we wouldn't make it. They said we wouldn't be here today. But we're still holding on. Yeah, man, 2 years. So happy 2 years to you, bro.
Man, happy 2 years, man. That's crazy. Two.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Go on, drop information. Let them know all about what they can hit you up at, man.
Man, you can find me on Facebook at Daryl Sales. DARYLOE. Sales is in salesman. Shaman the Martyr. Oh no, it ain't. I changed it. On Instagram, it's Daryl DJ Sales. It's gonna pull me up. I be in and out of clubhouse rooms. Lord's will, I may talk. As of lately, I really just been listening, man. I'm a little jaded when it comes to the whole clubhouse thing, man. I used to go in there and get knowledge, but nowadays a lot of people are just so prideful, man. I can't deal with it. I understand the spirit of debate, but I still be in and out of there, man. Definitely follow me on Clubhouse. I enjoy it. I will be on there just listening. A lot less talking going on for me nowadays, though.
All
And
right, man.
that's it.
Yes, sir, man. You can find us at Degrees of Separation on everything. DEGREEZ of separation. Separation is SEPARATION. Degree Separation on Instagram. Degree Separation
Degree.
on Facebook. Degree Separation everywhere. If you go to YouTube, it's all one word. Degrees of Separation, all one word. Our Cash App, money sign, intellect, one, NTELLEN or ECT1. It's all on the screen, man. But for the audio users, you know what I mean? Intellect one, NTELLECT, the number one. Man, maybe 1 or 2 degrees separated from each other. But when it comes to God, guess what? There's 0 degrees of separation, and we are.
Degrees of separation connecting to the source.